I know, like everyone will have their own thing
Yeah.
and it might get chaotic.
And I
But
think one of the big problems for people with an intellectual disability is the criminal justice system.
oh,
If you look up the statistics and see how many people with an intellectual disability are in jail, and because they can be easily led and they can get into the wrong company. And I think, well, if you've got sport will it'll help you make decisions and not necessarily do what someone else wants you to do. It'll teach you to stand up a little bit,
yeah,
because you've got to stand up to an opponent.
yeah.
And I think those things are important. Yeah.
Do you think there should be some changes with the government policies or rules then? They should be more sensitive towards intellectually impaired athletes or people?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah,
Well, I think with the athletes, they really are becoming very sensitive towards them.
yeah,
And I found that if ever Carla's gone into any mainstream sport, because of all the publicity about disabled athletes, everyone's been very accepting of her.
yeah,
And so, she can play mainstream, which I think is the goal. That to me
yes,
is the goal for everybody. It's good for them to play mainstream and then, to have an intellectually disabled tournament so that they can achieve rather than being the worst all the time.
yes.
And they can play on a level playing field and really achieve. And I think
Yeah.
that's really important.
And Carla being a girl, there is a specific issue which is burning everywhere in the world, is like the sexual harassment and everything. Do you think Carla is more prone to sexual harassment
Oh,
as compared
absolutely,
to the others?
absolutely,
Yeah,
yes. Yeah, just little things like walking off on her own all the time,
yeah,
and inappropriate laughing. Now, if she walks past a building site and she starts laughing
yeah.
for no reason, they'll think that she's flirting with them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it certainly is a big problem.
And even if someone will, like, it's just, I'm just asking, I don't know, but even if she gets eve teased by someone, and if she goes ahead and speaks to someone that, okay, these boys are saying things and commenting on me, but they might consider her to be, saying lies, or, ignore her because of her behavior, or they might think that mentally ill. And has it ever happened with her?
I don't think so. No, but she has been. Most of the girls have been harassed by boys at some time or other. She went somewhere
Yes.
and a boy tried to climb in her window,
Okay.
and she was terrified, and she didn't know what to do, and then she went with her sister. Her sister lives in an area where there's a lot of drug addicts, and she's gone out shopping with her sister, and there was some guy sitting in the gutter, and they started saying things to Carla, like totally inappropriate things
Yeah.
about what they'd like to do to her and everything. And Carla got so upset she didn't know what to do. And her sister said, "Listen, Carla, this is what you say to them." And she shouted at them and said, "You leave her alone." But Carla would never think of doing that.
Yes.
I could never send Carla. I don't even like my daughter living in this area, but my other daughter. But I would never ever send Carla around there on her own. Even on the train, she'll do crazy things, like she'll ring up and shout at the top of her voice, "Mum, Mum, I'm being good." Well, that will draw attention to you on the train.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's a massive problem.
Okay. All right. I've got enough. And thank you so much. Thank you. I was just